calling Zebra 3, Zebra 3. Just letting you know that my podcast on you guys is about to commence. Oh, this is Stephen Archibald, and they came from within.
Zebra 3 here.
Go ahead, Zebra 3.
Show us out and about at 1600 hours.
10-4, Zebra 3.
How'd it go with Cindy last night?
Acceptable. You still seeing what's her name?
Sure. Still seeing what's her name. Took her to the whatchamacallit. I gave her my thingamajig.
I didn't know it was that serious.
It's not.
But that might be. Well, that's a familiar face. Coley. I thought he was in the jug 1 to 5.
Hello. Welcome to They Came From Within, a cult TV podcast. Let's be frank, US television got to be quite funky in the mid-1970s. Two of the most iconic crime shows smashed their way into public consciousness around this time. One was Charlie's Angels, and the other, of course, was Starsky and Hutch, with Paul Michael Glaser and David Soul. Anytime I watch an episode these days, I still feel I should be doing so in a pair of flared jeans and a woolly cardigan. The feature-length pilot episode was broadcast on the 30th of April 1975, with a largely serious tone, befitting a storyline which featured corruption within our hero's police department, and which included a sterling performance from Rent-A-Psycho Richard Lynch. The show went on to oscillate skillfully between the gritty and the comical, the series revolving around a duo of buddy-buddy cops, namely a dark-haired witty guy called David Starsky and a slightly more serious-minded blonde dude called Kenneth Hutchinson. They often irritated the pants off their long-suffering boss, Captain Dobie, portrayed by Bernie Hamilton, who was so convincing you'd believe he was hacked off with the lead actors for real. I had forgotten that a different actor, Richard Ward, had played Dobie in the pilot episode. Starsky and Hutch would tear around the fictional Los Angeles area of Bay City in a super-duper Ford Gran Torino, one which could be seen by criminals a mile away due to its bright red colour and the distinctive white stripes along its sides. The show was created by the writer and TV producer William Blinn, who actually penned the pilot episode, and it has been documented that the characters were based on two real-life New York detectives called Lou Telano and John Sepe. The fourth major character in the show was Huggy Bear, portrayed by Antonio Fargas. An informant and bar owner, Huggy was depicted as clearly being a dear friend to this dynamic duo, and the character is fondly remembered by many of us fans as Starsky, Hutch and Dobie are. There were 4 series of Starsky and Hutch with a total of 93 episodes. 3 of these episodes were directed by David Soul, and 5 by Paul Michael Glaser, which includes the final episode, Sweet Revenge, which was aired on the 15th of May 1979. The most significant writer to emerge from Starsky and Hutch is a certain Michael Mann, renowned for directing such great movies as Manhunter, Heat and Collateral. Mann scripted 4 fine episodes of this classic series, including the one entitled Texas Longhorn. Memorable due to a chilling star turn from Charles Napier as a rapist and killer called John Brown Harris. Many great actors and up-and-coming stars appeared in Starsky and Hutch, including John Carradine, Melanie Griffiths, Jeffrey Lewis, John Ritter, Suzanne Summers, John Saxon, and Jeff Goldblum. Indubitably, one of the show's best-loved guest stars was Wonder Woman herself, Linda Carter. She appeared in the two-parter, The Las Vegas Strangler, which opened the second series on the 25th of September 1976, portraying a fetching showgirl whom the killer has his sights on. One of the most startling episodes is the fix from the first series. It's the one in which Hutch is forced to become a heroin addict by Robert Loggier's crime boss, Ben Forrest. This episode was banned from British television until the 31st of May 1999, when it was finally screened by Channel 4. Renowned for his hip and lively film scores, Lalo Schifrin provided the first series with a great theme tune. However, Starsky and Hutch is notable for having not one but two killer theme tunes. Schifrin's track was replaced by Tom Scott's Gotcha from the second series onwards. Bernie Hamilton, the show's Captain Dobie, was an army veteran of the Korean War. After a string of small roles, Hamilton finally got a significant part in Larry Pierce's One Potato, Two Potato from 1964. Co-starring Barbara Barry, it was the first American film to feature an interracial marriage.
According to their narrow transcription of phonetics, we're dealing with an ex-con, white, somewhere in his 50s, originally from Atlantic Seaboard, Massachusetts, Rhode Island.
Yeah, that lets out Tremaine. He doesn't even fit that description.
No, it doesn't. It only means that Tremaine didn't make the call. But whoever made the call seems to know Lonnie, so maybe he knew Tremaine too.
That's our best guess. Now, the first edition of the morning papers hits the streets at 6:30. It gives us 11 hours to get that killer.
There's another way. I can always resign.
No way. The police department can't start giving in to terrorists. I don't care what their demands.
Well, there's liable to be a whole lot of cops' wives that are going to think differently about that.
Every officer going on duty will be apprised of the situation and warned to take extra caution.
And what if we don't catch him? How many more cops are going to get blown away because of me?
None. Starsky, the guy that's running around out there, has a screw loose. That's not your fault. Now we've got a lead. It's a white male ex-con in his 50s who knew Lonnie.
I suggest instead of sitting in my office talking about it and resigning, you get your cans out there on the street and nail this turkey.
Rolls in 1971's The Organisation, the third movie in the Virgil Tibbs trilogy, in Hammer from 1972, and in Scream Blackula Scream from 1973, led to his part in this cracking crime series. Bernie died of cardiac arrest on the 30th of December 2008 at the age of 80. Returning to Paul Michael Glaser, alongside his ongoing acting career, he directed episodes of various other TV shows, including 3 episodes of Miami Vice and 5 episodes of James Caan's crime drama Las Vegas. To date, Paul's directed 5 big screen movies, the most significant ones being Arnold Schwarzenegger's The Running Man from 1987 and the romantic sporting drama The Cutting Edge from 1992, starring D.B. Sweeney and Moira Kelly. As for David Soul, he was a singer and musician before he took up acting. The fame this show bestowed on him allowed Soul to release a number of fondly remembered chart hits, such as Don't Give Up on Us, Silver Lady, and It Sure Brings Out Love in Your Eyes. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing any of them on this recording. Starsky and Hutch made its UK debut on BBC One on Friday, the 23rd of April 1976, at 9:25 p.m. to be precise. There was much concern over screen violence in the 1970s. This show wasn't immune from this. Therefore, from Series 3 onwards, there was more emphasis on our favourite duo's romantic entanglements and their durable friendship. It's worth pointing out that this heterosexual double act had a relationship that was very close. very forward-thinking. So much so that it triggered homophobic slurs from certain sections of the press. Hopefully, we live in a more enlightened time. On a personal and most significant note, I am very happy about the fact that Paul Michael Glaser and David Soul were both born in the year 1943. Starsky and Hutch was produced by Aaron Spelling and Leonard Goldberg. It originally ran on the ABC network, and its original distributors were Columbia Pictures Television. My name is Stephen Archibald. Thanks very much for listening to my podcast, They Came From Within, a cult TV review. And I do hope you got a bit of a nostalgic kick from this episode. Take care, and bye-bye for now.